Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, today it was announced that King Charles III stripped Prince Andrew of his titles and evicted him from his royal residence. I'll be occasionally pausing this video because I'm looking at a story and it's kind of spread out. Probably the most likely reason why King Charles did this was because of public outrage after earlier this month emails emerged that showed that the former Prince Andrew had remained in contact with Jeffrey Epstein longer than Prince Andrew had previously admitted. The lies will get you, the cover-ups will be worse. As a reminder, Andrew was accused of having sex with Virginia Giuffre when she was 17 years old. We would call that statutory rape in the United States. He had an out-of-court settlement with her in 2022 in which he paid millions of dollars to her. He did not admit any wrongdoing, but he had to acknowledge that Giuffre suffered as a victim of sex trafficking. That's not a good look. Now, what do we have here? The move by the king means that Andrew will no longer be a prince or known as His Royal Highness, the Duke of York, Earl of Inverness, or Baron Killelea. Sorry. All titles he held until now. Also gone are the honors which include the Order of the Garter and status as Knight Grand Cross of the Victorian Order. As a consequence of these actions by King Charles, he will now be kicked out of, the former Prince Andrew will now be kicked out of the Royal Lodge. And as a consequence of that, the former Duchess Ferguson, his former wife, is also going to be moved out of that residence. According to this article, palace spokespeople said the censures are deemed necessary, notwithstanding the fact that he continues to deny the allegations against him. Their Majesties wish to make clear that their thoughts and utmost sympathies have been and will remain with the victims and survivors of any and all forms of abuse. Okay. I did read on this topic or something similar to it about a month ago, I believe it was, when King Charles had removed certain titles from Andrew. And at that time, it was pretty obvious. The book was about to come out. It was pretty obvious that King Charles was trying to get ahead of the story by removing titles and such in advance. But I imagine between the revelations of those emails and public outrage in general about it is forcing King Charles and family to take much stronger actions. A lot of comments in that previous video pointing out that Queen Elizabeth did protect Andrew for decades. That it would be hard to believe that they didn't know exactly what was going on and he was protected because, well, he's family. And families will do that. So probably not a big notch in the win column for her. We think we would chalk that one up as a loss. Better to hold your family accountable when they mess up. And child sex trafficking is about the biggest mess up you can do. Right? Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at the energy around this latest action by King Charles against Andrew and see what we can see. Okay? This reading is for entertainment purpose only, so come on down. Let's take a look at the energy around this. Well, Four of Wands is the foundation of the card. This is the wedding card. When Andrew and Sarah Ferguson married, she became Duchess Fergie. The low energy is, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. This is being kicked out. No longer being welcome in the party, in the family. And there's the happy family card. So, interestingly enough, we have a King of Cups underneath it. So what's the foundation of the reading? They're kicking him out for the good of the family. It's hard to present a royal family with strong family values, strong morals and ethics when you have somebody who runs purely on their hormones, their sex drive. I suspect that Andrew, the King of Cups is a very emotional card. It could be a very emotionally mature man. But I think in this case, what we have is maybe an emotionally manipulative man. Somebody who never grew up, who could always do whatever he wanted, be as impulsive as he wanted, forcing others to have to act like a parent to him. The perennial teenager, if you will. Now, I don't know Andrew's personality. And sorry, I'm calling him Andrew because I don't want to call him Duke Andrew or Prince Andrew or anything along those lines. Or Prince Andrew, because that was his title. I don't know what they're going to call him now. We'll just use his first name and run with it from there. It was easier to call him Prince Andrew. Everybody knew what I was talking about. In the past, you got the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen was protecting him. Protecting her son. Plain and simple. I don't think I have to go more into it than that. Current situation, the death card. When the mom died, his protection died along with it. And now, through the course of his actions, the king has to now step in and remove all the titles, all the pomp, all the circumstance, all the decorations that went along with it. There were a number of comments in that video that when Charles was gone, William was going to go in there and just clean house. Maybe Charles is talking with William and William wanted him to do this. I don't know, but long and short of it, it doesn't look like William's going to get much of a chance because it looks like Charles is going to address the issue. And to that, I applaud him. I mean, why pass that responsibility on to the next person? It happened under your watch. Deal with it. That's what leaders do. And now we have overarching entries, the Temperance card. As it was pointed out in my Will Trump Be here in December of 2025, Temperance follows the Death card. Now that we have put an end to Andrew and his legacy with the royal family, now is the time to heal. And this is kind of an opportunity for the royal family to continue to purge, continue to remove the undesirable elements that plague their family. And I don't mean like they're everywhere, but a corrupt act like this allowed to perpetrate for decades is going to be a problem. People covered for him. His behavior never changed. Who else mimicked or thought that behavior is fine? If Andrew can do it, I should be able to do it too. This is an opportunity for redemption and cleaning up the rot that was allowed to fester. Lesson to be learned is the Moon card. The royal family probably keeps secrets better than any other institution. And you think about how often the paparazzi are around the royal family. But secrets can get out. And this is what happens when secrets get out. Instead of addressing the problem and nipping it in the bud, back when it first started, it grew to the point where it couldn't just be stopped, it had to be excised. Out comes the Knight of Pentacles. So now what do you do? There's probably going to be more victims that come out. You might have to settle with them. This is an opportunity to go forward with new values. Where kinship was placed first, now maybe you have to take a step back and rethink the values. And it could also be, with that Knight of Pentacles, that if there are other family members who followed Andrew's lead, they will need to be addressed with as well. Maybe we won't find out. Maybe we will. Andrew was pretty high profile. What compelled King Charles, to do this? Again, for the folks in the United Kingdom listening to me, and it's like nails on a chalkboard when you don't hear me refer to them as their full title, I plead ignorance and ask for forgiveness. I'm a victim of the American media who refers to folks by their first name. I learned very quickly to not call Princess Catherine Princess Kate, even though she is known as Princess Kate through our media source here, out of a sign of respect and following the lead of the British people. I call her Princess Catherine. So, if I forget to throw King Charles, the King title in front of Charles, forgive me. I will endeavor to keep myself corrected on it, but it will slip in there. King Charles, what motivated him to actually do this? Little four-carder. What's the simple motivation for this? The truth is out there. It's exposed. It's out there. If the book came out, it's out there for everybody to see. We had the moon card, the secrets being exposed. It was the exposure. There was nothing he could do to protect his brother. Nothing he could do to protect him. Yep. The information got out quickly, and once it was out, he couldn't get the genie back in the bottle. The corrupt behavior that happened, and it was like the damage had been done, and this is now it's too little too late damage control, but it's damage control. He gave his brother the benefit of the doubt, but the damage was done. Things were spreading quickly. They had already done the payments to the woman at the time, Miss Jaffray. He had to take action. His mother didn't take action, so he had to take action for the sneaking around, the philanderous behavior of his brother. Sorry, did a quick search here. Andrew will now be simply known as Andrew Mountbatten Windsor. Mr. Windsor, to you? Yeah, Charles, basically, he had nowhere, he couldn't hide, he couldn't shield his family anymore with this. And that's fine. You know what? Hold them to account. The world needs more of that. It's a gilded cage the monarchs live in. They have wealth, they have power, they have influence. They have no real autonomy. They're expected to, they're working. Now, it depends about working, but, if you, to hear Prince Harry describe, there's a lot of work involved in there. Your day's mapped out for you. That was one of the reasons that, at least we've been told in the United States, that Harry wanted to leave. He wanted to be his own person. And that's, from our perspective, that's perfectly reasonable. Now, we don't have royals here, so it's hard to relate, but I try to put myself in his shoes and imagine that every day, I could be a grown adult and everybody's telling me what I'm doing from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed. That would suck. Yeah, you got a lot of nice things, but you're trapped in a gilded cage. All right. Does Andrew have any remorse, any shame, any guilt, any feeling of ownership. I don't know the answer. I don't know if anybody will know the answer. We'll throw cards on it, but the normal human emotions, does he have those? He's got judgment is what he's got. Heartbreak and betrayal. Oh my God. Eight of Wands. King of Wands. The oh my God was this card. The announcement was made. It came quickly. Somebody feels betrayed, and you're only betrayed by those in your immediate circle. You know, your husband, your wife, your mother, your son, you know, family members, people close to you can betray you. Otherwise, it's the Ten of Swords. This has got the vibe that, you know, the one hope you have is that you got the King of Wands in control of your own actions. But that's not the vibe I'm getting. What I'm getting here is that this judgment came quick, announced, and he feels betrayed. He's lost his ability to do the things he wants to do, and he's losing the money and the legacy. The best thing I can tell you with this one, the most optimistic thing is he would own his actions and go forward trying to make amends for everything wrong that he did. The vibe I'm getting, though, tells me that is not the case. He feels like, you know, like the Queen of Wands was supposed to protect him, but the King of Wands came in and kicked him out. It's almost like there's resentment for what Charles did. Now, again, sorry, I did that. What King Charles did. I don't know the roles. I don't know their relationship with each other. I don't know anything about Mr. Windsor, Andrew Windsor there. Mountbatten, whatever. I don't know anything about his personality. But that's the vibe I'm getting with it. Just because people asked or mentioned it, William, should he be king, they expected William to clean house with Andrew. Will Prince William, when he becomes King William, address more issues either with Andrew or with others in the royal family who have done heinous acts like Andrew? I'm just throwing it out there that Andrew's probably not the only one. Given what we know about Epstein and the group of men that would be involved in that, wealthy, powerful, politically connected, mostly white men. Will Andrew continue to do that? It's going to be a crusade with Andrew. Yeah, Andrew, excuse me, this is going to be a crusade with William. It's crossed with the Nine of Cups. People that felt protected. But it might also just be that William makes this like Princess Diana with the landmines. This might become his signature moment. Five of Wands. The chaos and the flurry of activity. The folks that said he may not wait, they may not be wrong. He might go in there and be an absolute whirling dervish of this. Yeah, we got two aces here. Ace of Wands. Waiting for that opportunity to come in. Looking at the corruption and the corrupt behaviors. Having an third ace. The opportunity to clean house and values. And he'll talk about it. He'll be talking about it. And the lesson we learned is there's been maybe some talk, but William looks like he's going to be a man of action. And he's going to sit there proud as a peacock doing it. Outcome is going to be secrets. I think he's going to out secrets. He could do this behind the scenes to allow people to save face. But if he really does make this his crusade, he's not going to care. Now, again, this might be overly optimistic, and please, if you strongly disagree with it, you don't have to leave a comment. I mean, you can if you want to. It'll feed the algorithm. All I want to say is, when it comes to the royals, people can be very polarized by the royal family. Those that are very supportive of the royal family, and those who are extremely critical of the royal family. I'm an American. I don't know the drama. I'm just throwing cards and asking questions and interpreting the best I can. All I'm asking is be kind with each other. Okay? Understand that if you love the royal family and you think I'm way off base with this, you can tell me I'm way off base. And for those who disagree, be kind with your disagreements. You don't even have to post on theirs. You can post up your own thing that you think that the royal family is corrupt, and you'll get a lot of thumbs up from the people that would agree with you. For those who think that the royal family is not corrupt, you can say that, and then you'll get a lot of thumbs up from the people who agree with you. Right? Just, there's enough tension in the world. We don't need it in the comments section. Okay. Lastly, little four-carder. Anything else, Spirit, you would like us to know with regards to the former Prince Andrew? The magician, the manifestation, brought this on himself. But also brings attention to the issue that the Emperor, the King of Pentacles, the Heartbreak, Betrayal, and the Two of Wands. Yeah, more to come. More to come. The magician, more is to be revealed. Two of Wands. More plans are coming in the future here. Looking at the money, the wealth, and the power of powerful men and the betrayals that they do. Expect this doesn't begin and end with the former Prince Andrew. There's going to be more. The Epstein files will be released, and we will find more of what's going on. There will be a lot of Americans. There will be a lot of non-Americans. But what you're going to find is there's going to be a lot of wealthy, powerful, politically connected men, mostly Caucasian, in there. And I don't care if you're Andrew or Bill Clinton or Donald Trump. I don't care. You're a pedophile. And you have no business being in any position of power, any position of authority. Your tail should be between your legs, and you should be hiding somewhere in shame, if not just incarcerated. Statute of limitations, sometimes we can't do that. Wealthy, powerful, politically connected men are very difficult to incarcerate. So we take whatever type of ostracization, I'm shunning that we can deliver to them. And in the end of the day, it's not us to judge them. That's up for whatever deity you worship. From God to Allah to the flying spaghetti monster. It's their job to bring that person for a life review and have them understand the damage that they cause and what lessons could be learned from it. And then how you go about fixing that. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I really do appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but I hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.